Ronaldo and Georgina $1 million marriage agreement. Love, money, and unspoke things. A piece of paper can be more powerful than a red card on the pitch. It doesn't decide a match, but it shapes a life, and for Cristiano Ronaldo, that piece of paper is rumored to be his marriage contract with Georgina Rodriguez. In early August, when the engagement news exploded on social media, huge numbers also began to appear in the newspapers: monthly allowance, real estate in his name, pension if he breaks up. All of which makes people wonder, is this love or a cold agreement? Before Georgina, who did a superstar's heart belong to? Before meeting Georgina, Ronaldo had gone through many famous relationships, partly because he was CR7, partly because the world was always curious about the private life of the person at the top of football. In 2005 to 2006, he dated Portuguese TV host Merche Romero. A year later, the British press was abuzz with his love story with actress Gemma Atkinson, who once said that Ronaldo dated her with afternoon tea and very simple British sitcoms. 2008 was a new chapter with Spanish model Nereida Gallardo, which was noisy and then faded away. And the longest and most enduring relationship before Georgina was supermodel Irina Shayk, 5 years together from 2010 to 2015. A period of time long enough for fans to believe they would get married, before the two quietly went their separate ways. The names are confirmed and speculated, but there is one thing in common: the spotlight never leaves Ronaldo, even when he turns off his phone. Fateful meeting, Gucci salesgirl and the most famous man on the planet. In 2016, in the middle of glamorous Madrid, a Gucci salesgirl met perhaps the most famous VIP in the world. Georgina recounted that Ronaldo's courtesy and the way he treated her moved her from the very first moment. The rest became a real-life fairy tale. From a salesgirl, the girl entered the CR7 family, became his partner and the mother of his children. Their love went through migration, club changes, and the most painful moment of their lives, losing twins in 2022. A pain they shared publicly, leaving the whole world speechless. Why did Ronaldo choose Georgina? On the pitch, Ronaldo is a perfectionist. Off the pitch, he chooses someone who can accompany him through all the changes. Georgina is not just a flashy WAG, she is the one who keeps the family together, takes the children to school in the midst of a busy match schedule, appears when CR7 changes his living environment, and silently handles unnamed matters. After the incident of losing their child, the image of the two is even stronger. They overcome the pain together, welcome the remaining little angel, and continue to build a home. The audience has seen in the series I Am Georgina a woman who is both career ambitious and puts family first, a combination that Ronaldo cherishes. When love is tested by both glory and tragedy, the choice will become very clear. Why a prenuptial agreement? This is a sensitive but realistic part. When you are a billion-dollar brand, love needs to go hand in hand with legalities. Think about multinational assets and taxes, real estate, companies, image rights spread across Portugal, Spain, Italy, Saudi Arabia. Each place has different marriage, inheritance, and property tax laws. Image rights and advertising contracts. Ronaldo is not just a player, he is also a commercial ecosystem from fashion, watches to technology. Separating premarital assets and assets created during marriage helps avoid future disputes. Welfare for children. A clear agreement on parenting, residence, education, international travel ensures stability for young children. Transparency for less damage. Lawyers often advise famous couples to sign prenuptial agreements to reduce the possibility of lengthy litigation, which erodes emotions, money, and public image. The legal framework in England and Wales, for example, is not absolutely binding by default but is increasingly respected by courts if there is full financial disclosure and other fair conditions. The golden numbers, if the rumors are true. Now comes the part that has the world buzzing. Entertainment media and social media have been heavily circulating the alleged financial terms between Ronaldo and Georgina. Mainstream news outlets have only mentioned the agreement in general terms or cited secondary sources. Accordingly, the agreement, said to have been signed in early August, includes the following points. $121,000 per month for Georgina to spend on personal expenses, a discretionary budget to maintain her lifestyle and autonomy, a $5.6 million property in Georgina's name, Rather than just a place to live, it is an independent asset for her in the long term. A $110,000 per month pension if the two parties split is intended to ensure that their standard of living is not disrupted after the incident. $2 million per year in security for a comfortable life, understood as an allowance to maintain the standard of living of the spouse of a global superstar. $50 million in a lump sum if the divorce is finalized to end things amicably, avoiding litigation that would harm both parties. $500,000 per month in child support, separate from personal expenses, for the education, care, development needs of the children. However, some American/British entertainment channels have so far said that it is unclear whether any contract has been signed. This shows that, until the insiders confirm, everything is still at the level of speculation. Love or contract? Probably both. Love needs emotions to start, and needs clear commitments to last in a world with too many variables. When the most famous player on the planet proposes, the public always wants a pure fairy tale. But real life is more complicated. A giant ring, a yes, I do, and a piece of paper full of numbers all can coexist, not cancel each other out. The most important thing? They chose to stay together, after the victory, after the criticism, and after the irreparable loss. The rest, time will tell.